What's up? Sorry I've been so busy the past few days. I humbly apologize for that. Those periods in life when you're just insanely busy, running around doing a thousand things. I unexpectedly spent all day yesterday setting up that monster sewing machine, and it is a monster. I wanted to talk about a few things in this video, and of course this video is entitled "Don't Watch This Video." I'm in the same boat as everybody else. I technically have 4 jobs now. Technically, product photographer, leather worker, author, and YouTuber. So I do work 7 days a week. By the way, I've said this before in a specific video, and you can always set your watch by doing the opposite of what evil and vile people do. And every other YouTube photography channel has 10,000 links to Amazon. And if you could do one thing for me, just one, I beg you, please God, spend your money somewhere else. You know, buy from Use Photo Pro or Robert's Camera or Murphy's Camera or Camera West out in California. They have 2 locations out there. I don't get any kickbacks from any of them, but you just stop contributing to the evil empire that recently has been banning books, and this video is not about that. But I mean, just as a side request to me, just give it the money to somebody that actually needs it. The large corporate entity that is the big A, they're not good to their employees. They're absolutely not. There's a huge distribution center, okay, here in town. They bought up the J. Peterman warehouse, which was enormous. And I've talked to people that work there. They're treated miserably. Just give your money to somebody else. Just as a side note, I kind of wanted to mention that in passing. Also, too, sometimes I get self-aware because I have like 6,500 videos on YouTube, but I want them to be content-rich. And some people they'll make like 1 video every 2 weeks. Some people complain that I make too many videos, but I have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of YouTubers, they'll spend like a week or 2 editing the hell out of a video. They make these really gorgeous edited videos, and they're just full of lies and nonsense. And it's just I couldn't get anything done if I spent my time editing video. I just couldn't be productive, and I couldn't be helpful and answer the 100 plus. I get actually over 150 emails a day. I couldn't do all the stuff I need to do to pay the bills, and also to be helpful to other people. I just never get anything done in life if I did that. I just couldn't. I don't want to live my life like that either. To me, that's also too about the most horrible and depressing thing imaginable. Just sitting there, the content doesn't change. Just sitting there and editing the hell out of videos. Like, well, this will get more clicks, it's more fascinating. Yeah, it will. But you didn't add anything to being helpful, which is, call me old-fashioned. I'm of the view that YouTube is supposed to be helpful to people. If not helpful, then at least entertaining. Like watching cute fuzzy bunny rabbits eat strawberries. That's like a really big hit on YouTube. I watched a couple recent YouTube photography channels, and I don't watch other YouTube photographers. I can't stand them. And they're full of so many technical lies and inaccuracies. Someone made a video yesterday saying that ND filters don't really work. So what the hell are you talking about? ND filters are for dynamic range compression. Good God. Why the hell do you think that there's like a 3-stop ND filter built into the Fujifilm X100V? And, you know, all the predecessors. Why do you think there's an ND filter built into the camera? You can actually remove it or add it, and it's actually it's a physical internal filter. I mean, stuff like that. People's like, well, that guy's photos are amazing. Let me tell you something, and I'm not going to name the person. There is a really, really famous photographer, and I'm not talking about that dude in France, yeah? I'm talking about an actual famous photographer that people know. He does enormous prints in galleries. The guy, you know, he's the nicest person in the world. And I've met people like this in photography school, like a famous photographer. They don't know much about cameras. They really don't. Everybody loves their photos. Their works sell for a lot of money, and you know, they're very well known, and people want to spend a lot of money for their prints, but they don't know what's going on, which is fine. So, you know, that made me feel better actually watching two videos. They're just so technically inept. There are people that are smart enough to realize the difference, you know, between someone that actually goes out and reviews, because I don't sell anything. I mean, I sell leather work that I work really hard to make, but my hands makes my hands stiff, you know, and sitting there cutting it, and I'm never going to apologize for that, but I don't sell camera gear and stuff like that, and I have no affiliate links. But people want someone that actually is going to give them the facts and that's trustworthy, and you know, that they could rely on. It's like, is this camera worth buying? It's like, I don't know, what's your budget? What do you plan on doing with it? You know, make an intelligent, logical, and I'm glad that I do that. And once again, I am apologize for being so busy lately. I mean, I've just been really, really busy. I've been pointing this out now for the past 2 years because right now the whole world is upside down and bass-ackwards. If you're a working photographer out there, and you're doing like wedding photography and the stuff that a lot of people want to do, you need to shift gears. There's a lot of money in product and commercial photography. When I say commercial, I also too mean business photography. Pictures of businesses, interior, exterior, for the websites, because everybody online is shopping online now way more than they ever did because of what's going on in the world. And high resolution, high quality images. You know, my business has actually picked up on that front recently. Not a lot. I mean, it would be a lot more if I allowed myself more time to do that. But you need to, you know, that's 2021 photographer's survival tip. Take it. Take that tip seriously. I have a very small house in Florida that I paid $30,000 for. And everybody is moving to Florida or Texas. I personally think Texas is the landscape is quite ugly. Forgive me if you live in Texas and I insulted you. I find Texas to be extremely ugly. But anyway, a lot of people are moving to Texas and to Florida. And my house down in Florida is worth a lot more than I paid for it. A lot more. I bought it in 2010. And I've been to the MLS sites and real estate. I'm always looking at land and real estate, not that I could afford it. And everything in Florida is gone. Unless you really have a ton of money. Everything in Florida, you know, I've been looking for years. You know, decades actually in Florida. I would just keep myself updated on the market there. It's all gone. Everybody's moved out of New York and Jersey and California and Washington State. They're all gone to Florida. So that's good news if you have real estate in Florida. I've never said this in any video, but the two most important things that I could say to have, especially right now, always the case for wisdom. Number one is wisdom. Number two is land. A really rich buddy of mine, his father was rich, and his father got the idea, which made him rich, is it was some codger that collected metal who ended up buying a ton of land and had his own metal business ultimately. He would keep telling him, land, 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 always buy land, always buy land. And I don't have money to buy land right now, but I mean, I really don't need more. I have a farm and my little cabin. I have a farm and a cabin. I have a big barn and I have a pond and I've got plenty of acres for all the free firewood for the rest of my life that I would ever want. So I have land. With what's going on in the world, also too with hyperinflation, I think other than wisdom, the most honest, undeniable tip I could give right now, and I don't give financial advice to anybody, is with hyperinflation coming soon, and it is coming, that people need to take expendable income or savings and buy some land that you could use and you could make work for you. Whether it has a dwelling on it or not, that's up to you, but honestly, if anybody has expendable income, I know everybody's trying to save for retirement. I'm never going to retire. I'm not going to make it to retirement age, but if anybody has sufficient expendable income, I just think it's just flat out the dumbest thing on this earth that if someone doesn't buy land, they're just flat out dumb. It's just really, really dumb. With inflation and what's going on in the world, I think anybody should be buying land right now. A decent piece of land. I notice in my videos, and I don't like watching my videos because I don't like listening to my voice or seeing my fat, ugly face, but I notice in my videos, it seems like 99% of my videos, my head is tilted like this and never like this. I have to start tilting my head like this. I don't like to watch I don't think anybody likes to watch themselves. Maybe some people do. I take that back. I know some people do. They like stare at themselves in the mirror. Everybody on Instagram apparently stares in the mirror. I don't think I've done one selfie in 5 years, and that was only as a joke. They're just people that just take pictures of themselves in the mirror. It's like, Jesus, what do these people do? Do they stare at themselves? I mean, some of them are really hot. They're smoking hot. I'll just, for giggles before going to bed, go through top things in Instagram, and it's just everything is just some hottie taking a selfie of herself. What do? They just stare at themselves in the mirror? Jeez, God, no wonder these people get Botox and facelifts. They're living a lie. They're trying to keep up a collapsing, trying to polish the brass on the Titanic. It's all going down, baby. No wonder these people get constant facelifts and reconstruction. Dear God, vanity. Anyway, I got nothing to be vain about. I never had anything to begin with, so I don't have to worry about improving what was unimprovable to begin with. I hope my videos are simple and helpful. I do read every comment, and I try to be as helpful as possible in email. And God, I had a 3-hour-long conversation between 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. a couple nights ago, and that just nearly drained me, man. I'm up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, but I don't mean this to brag, but I mean I'm a little too generous on too many fronts, honestly. Just a little too generous with my time, because time is money, and I never have any time. I got up extra early today at 7 a.m. to do some leather working, and I shipped it off to some people. So I technically do have 4 jobs right now. I got a leather sewing machine there and another leather sewing machine over there. Translate ancient texts, write articles. The books I write are for free. And YouTuber and product / business photographer. So I do have 4 jobs. That's undeniable. Still barely making ends meet. I think that's because YouTube revenue, mine anyway, what's going on in the world is just falling off in a cliff. So anything actually helps. Any donation always warmly helps. And the only one thing I regret, I do live streams 3 times a week. Some people say it's too much. They're like, how do you do that? It's like, well, I barely do it. I mean, I spend 2.5 hours every live stream, so it's 6 hours a week. But, I can't hear other people's voices. I can see what they're saying and I can read their stuff, but it would be great if I could hear other people's voices. I know that would be a real problem because everybody would be talking over top of each other, but I wish I could hear other people's voices. It would be so much cooler to do that, but it would sound like a crowd. I guess that would be a real problem. Yeah, any tip, any donation is always welcome. Bitcoin, anything. When I get a Bitcoin donation, which is very rare actually, I'll go onto Overstock and I'll like find household items that I need. Like, I've been like using the same 2 glass cooking bowls for like decades now. It's like, oh, I gotta get some glass cooking bowl. I have like some kitchenware. And oh man, I've been using these old skillets. The stuff was always sticky, so it would take me forever to scrub them clean. And so I got a non-stick pans. Like, hello, welcome to the 21st century. I got a non-stick cooking pan from a Bitcoin donation, and oh man, that thing is awesome. It takes me just like 2 seconds. Like, wow, I wish I got one of these a long time ago. I don't know why I told that story, but. I get stressed out. Social media is stressing. And I did have I was able to take 1.5 days off and went to my cabin last week. And it rained, it poured like crazy all night long. I mean, it really poured. But I had a nice sheepskin. I made a video about a nice sheepskin rug and a blazing warm fireplace. The cabin got, from the blazing fireplace, they got a thermometer hanging on the wall. Cabin got to 94 degrees. Whew. I had to open up a door and a window. It was 94 degrees in there. But now it was so cozy. I was eating popcorn. I was cooking popcorn on top of the wood-burning stove. Nice melted butter and poured it on the popcorn. It's like, it doesn't get any better than that. I can't afford a vacation, but I mean, what would you have at a vacation that's better than wood-burning stove popcorn and sheepskin rug and just chilling in the dark, 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 deep, deep, deep woods in your little wooden cabin? I guess that is a vacation. I still was so busy I could only take 1 day off. I had to come back the next day, but oh well. I'm sorry. I'm so tired, literally I'm yawning. You're never supposed to yawn in a video because that's extremely rude, so I apologize for that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Sorry I've been so busy lately, and goodbye.